Assalamualaikum. Hi y'all. Welcome back. And thank you so much for being here with me, Miss Anis, to learn on English. And for this one is for Form 1 KSSM. Okay? So, I don't know if there's anyone there. Okay, if there's no one, fine. Then, oh, sorry. But yes, so hopefully the ones that's watching this video are well and healthy. Moga-moga korang sihat, because I know it's crazy with COVID these days. Alright, so do take your vitamin C. Make sure you do some your exercise if you have time untuk keluar. Jangan duduk sorok-sorok dalam bilik tak buat apa-apa. Kena exercise sikit, alright? And then what we're gonna do today is a bit different, and as I promised you last week, what I'm gonna do today, tonight, is we're gonna cover the word of the week. Okay, so Miss nak start sikit lah macam ni. Kita try share new words ataupun new meaning to a word. Probably you've seen it before, but actually tak tahu pula ada dua meaning. Okay, so that's why I wanted to see, I want to do this where we share new words so that your vocabulary bertambah and you are able to write many types and many wonderful sentences, and so your writing will be better. Okay, so but before we go through this one, as usual, make sure your battery is fully charged, your resolution is high at 1080 so that you can see anything that I'm writing on the board. And then social media, if you have not done so, follow our channel for updated information, or other social media such as Instagram or Facebook, so you can learn or do some quizzes, because sometimes there are some quizzes or new facts for you to learn from. Okay, so word of the week is park. Okay, so if you have a dictionary, right, from English to English, or any other dictionary that you use, right, what you can find is they will put some symbol here. So for this one is park, and it's a noun. Now in the symbol N. Okay, but for this one, it's a park as well. Same spelling, P-A-R-K, but this is a verb. So see here, the symbol V. Other than these two ones, if you have a dictionary, you will also often see this as well. Okay, so NV, you also see ADV. So this will stand for adverbs. Or you will see this one, ADJ. So this one is adjectives. Okay, you will see these things, these symbols in dictionary. Okay, let me show you my dictionary here. Teng. I've been using this dictionary since I was 12. Okay, and it's still relevant. Oh my God, betapa tuanya Miss ni sebenarnya. Okay, so this word. Before we go through the meaning of the word here for this part yang ni kan, yang noun ni, you see here ada tulisan macam, wow, simbol apa pula Miss tulis ni? Ada bahasa baru ke? No. Now, if you have an English language to a English language dictionary, right? This is how you pronounce the word. Macam mana nak sebut perkataan tu. Okay, so I think this is Form 1, right? Okay, so later, especially for this KSSM ataupun for you in your sekolah menengah English, right? Other than you need to know how to write, other than you need to know how to read, okay, baca, you also need to know how to speak. So if you know how to pronounce the words correctly, then you won't get any errors. Also, because you know how to pronounce the word, you know how the words sound, if you go through an audio test, ataupun macam kena dengar macam mana spell something, right? So you listen to the word, you know how it's spelled because you know how to pronounce it. Ta-da! This is your advantage. Okay? So that's why it is crucial to know not only how to spell it, you need to know how to pronounce it as well. Okay? Now, park for the noun one. Okay? The noun park. Okay? This one is actually taman. Okay? Alright? So here dalam bahasa Melayu is actually taman. Taman yang korang permainan yang apa nama yang selalu pergi taman titiwangsa, ada yang nak pergi berlari ke or any dan ada lapang for people to play kites or anything like that. So that is what it is, the park. Okay? So here, if you have a dictionary, it can be different, but this is what is being defined in my dictionary. Any large open area, okay? Area with grass and trees, especially where people can walk, play games, etc. Okay, so here this noun, this noun word of park, right? Ni any large open area yang ada rumput dengan pokok, like has any grass and trees, especially these open areas people go to have a walk, to jog, to have picnic, apa lagi orang buat dekat taman? Zumba. Okay, so any of this activity that people have that they do in the park, right? So that's what a park is. Taman. Okay, alright. How do you use this word in a sentence? This one. Let's go to. Okay, right. Let's go to the park tomorrow. So here, let's go to the park tomorrow. Ta-da! Okay, as simple as that. So the park here is being it's telling it's the large open area so that they can have fun time tomorrow. Okay, so that's the noun one. The verb one. So this one usually you will see parking lot. Okay, parking the car. Alright, so here park the vehicle or park a car. Now, how do you park apa? Meletakkan kenderaan. Wow, dalam bahasa Melayu. Wow. Okay, here, what does it mean in the dictionary? To put a car or a vehicle in a particular place for a period of time. So here, this verb, okay, this one a verb, okay, park meaning you to put a car or a vehicle in a particular place for a period of time. Okay, so maksudnya you letak satu kereta ataupun any kenderaan, van ke, lori, okay, any vehicle or tractor in a particular place, certain place, okay, for a period of time. Because if you just tinggalkan kereta you at somewhere, you abandon your car. So it's a different verb. So if you park it somewhere, like sebelah rumah jiran or something like that, and you're gonna go and get it back, you are parking your car there. If you let it be, tak ambil-ambil, biar je sampai ada orang curi dia punya tu ke apa, you are abandoning your car there. Okay, so it's two different verbs. So that's why it's for a period of time. Now, how do you use this park verb in a sentence? Alright, so here, oh wait, should I use driveway? Okay, this is where I think it should be fine. Okay, no, the reason why I'm asking whether should I use the driveway or not, because here in Malaysia, we don't use driveway, we use road or street. Okay, we don't use street also, we use road. Okay, so if you go to a different country, They will use driveway, they will use interstate, they will use street. So depending on where you are, how you describe the road itself, there's a multiple way. So that's why I wanted to do this word of the week so that you know more words. Okay, so here, how do you use park here? She parked her car on the driveway. So what does it mean? Dia letak kereta dia dekat jalan. So yang jalan ni usually driveway ni jalan yang besar, not the main road, tapi kalau taman tu kan, lepas tu ada jalan yang macam busy dekat kawasan taman sebelum pergi jalan besar tu kan. So that's the driveway. Okay? Alright. So this is the word of the week. Park. Now, with just the simple, it's simple, it's also spelled the same, it also sound the same, kan? Park and park. Oh yeah, sorry. Here, how you say it's park, this one is park. So the difference is this one you don't emphasize the letter R. But here, you emphasize the letter R. Both is correct. Okay? Now, see here, it's spelled the same and also pronounced the same, so you might get confused. So if you are going through an audio test or you were listening to a radio, listen to the full sentence. See what's the context from the sentence, because even though it sounds the same, but it has two different meanings. Okay? So hopefully this help you to give you more vocab. I was thinking of doing this every week to start the class. Then we kick it off with our content of today, which is grammar future tense. Okay? Let's get started. So, last week kita belajar present tense, and the week before we learned past tense. So, today what you are learning, okay, with me, is to answer a question, or someone come to you and then they ask you, what are you going to do tomorrow? What will you be doing next week? When are you having your birthday party? So meaning something that this person is asking you what's going to happen in the future. Benda yang tak jadi lagi. Okay, you're planning something in the future. So how do you put this kind of how do you explain to this person, or how do you answer this question? Is by using future tense. Okay, so in this syllabus for your Form 1, right, what you will learn is two case of it, like how do you explain it into situation. As you go to the next level, you will learn more. So for tonight, you're going to be learning with me two of them. So the first one, simple future. Okay, so macam simple past and also simple present. Okay, in future tense as well, future tense, there's also simple future. Okay, kalau you remember, for simple past and simple future, it's usually when you are talking about a certain situation and it's general, ataupun you're not really being specific, not really particular for like certain time, but you know, for this case, it's something is happening in the future. Okay, so a general thing, but it's happening in the future. Okay, like simple past and simple present, there's also a formula, but simple. But past and present, your subject, okay, you put your subject and then you just change your verb. Here in simple future, your formula, you need to add a word. Now, before we go to the formula, simple future is for any action, any activity that is promised ataupun scheduled next week, that is happening in the future. Okay? So that's what simple future will tell you about. So here, any action that is promised to occur in the future. So it has to be something that's gonna happen in the future. Okay? Dah promise, dah janji. Okay? Dah memang tahu akan jadi in the future. Just didn't tell you when exactly. When you go into the details, that will be on the second one. So let's go through this one. Apa formula dia? Okay? Not only math with me, you also need to learn formula. Okay? For simple future, the formula is you have your subject. Subject me, he or she or we. Okay? And then you will need to add this one word, which is will. Okay? And then your verb. Now, for simple future, your verb tak usahlah buat apa-apa. So here, kenapa dia simple? Your verb, you don't need to do anything. Just take the root form of it. So the root form. So if you joined me last week, okay, if you were with me last week when we learned simple present tense, I actually given I guess a table or like a list of words and then the different columns for you to find different forms or different version of your verb. Now, kalau if this is your first class, don't worry, go to the eTuisyen online and then try to find the class last week, and then in the description, try to download that table that I think it's the PDF, okay, for you to try to find different version, different spelling of the words, because when it's in the past participle or past or even in the present, the spelling matters. This is where kalau you salah spell, you will be cut for your language mark. Okay, so that's why I wanted to give you that table so that you can, other than increase your vocab, you also know how how does it spell in different forms, and also make sure you tak salah spelling nanti bila masuk exam. Okay, because different forms have different words have different spelling. You thought that macam just tambah je lah, tambah je lah ing. You tahu tak ada certain words you kena tambah extra letter? Okay, so that's why you need to know and get learn more words as you go. Now, so here, subject, will, verb, but in the root form. Tak ada ubah apa-apa. How do you use it in an example? Okay, let me give you two. We will move to another city. So, look at here. We will move to another city. So, kita akan pindah to another bandar. Okay, to bandar lain. So, dia akan pindah. Okay, so here, if you can see here, the subject is we. Okay, so this is your, so this is your subject. And then this is the word will. And then look at your verb here, move. So, you don't do anything to it. Okay, so here in generally you're saying that kita akan pindah, cuma tak tahu bila. You're not telling it precisely when are you traveling, right? When are you moving? So that's why you use simple future, something in general that you know is going to happen in the future. Okay, so here, nampak move tak buat apa-apa. Now, let me give you another example. Sorry. Okay, so here, they will make a phone which has artificial intelligence. FYI, this is AI. Kan kalau korang tengok cerita movie yang selalunya ada macam automation ataupun siapa pernah tengok, I don't know whether you already allowed to watch Terminator. Kena check balik, takut umur tak cukup. Jangan gatai-gatai, kalau tak cukup umur jangan nak tengok. Okay, tunggu korang sampai cukup umur baru boleh tengok. Alright, so this how movies out there have touched this AI concept. FYI lah, for you to macam cari anime ke. Sekarang boleh cari banyak kot anime buat artificial intelligence ni. AI ni teknologi, dia boleh berfikir lebih kurang macam manusia. Okay, bahaya tu sebenarnya. Alright, if salah guna. Now here, they will make a phone which has artificial intelligence. Diorang akan buat satu telefon yang ada AI. Okay, so here, they is your subject. And then there's will, and then your word, the verb here is make. Okay, make ni is the root form of it. You don't change anything to it. And then a phone which has artificial intelligence. Now, FYI, in future tense, okay, future tense here, singular and plural subject doesn't matter. Okay, so kalau dia macam, kalau, what's it called? Because if it's a singular subject, supposedly you need to match it up with a singular verb, and then plural subject, you need to match it up with plural verb because they have to agree due to subject-verb agreement. Macam kita belajar 3 weeks ago, right? Okay, but here you don't need to do so. In future tense, it doesn't matter because in future tense, it will take the root form. Sorry, in simple future tense, it will take the root form of your verb. Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, alright. Now, so here, before we move to the next one, other than using simple future, right? Other than using this one, you can also use a tense that you learned last week to describe something that's going to happen in the future. Yang mana satu? This one. Present continuous. Kita belajar minggu lepas. Alright? So, other than trying to describe something that's happening at that particular moment, something that's going to happen in the future, you can also use present continuous, right? So, there's two ways of writing it. The first one is subject, and then tambah am, is, or are, and then your verb is in ing. Or another one is subject, tambah am, is, or are, then tambah going to, and then tambah verb, but root. There's two ways of it. Oh, sorry, let me just put here, or. Okay? So, other than trying to explain something in the particular moment for present timing, if it's in the future, and it's like not really particular on a certain time, right? You can use this as well. So, ada dua option. Simple future or present continuous. Okay, so here let me give you one example. Probably two lah. Okay, so the first one, right? What you can write it up. The bus is leaving at 7 p.m. Okay, so here the bus is leaving at 7 p.m. Well, now it's 9 p.m. Probably I changed lah because right now it's 9. I changed 11 p.m. Just to make it in the future. Okay, alright. Sorry. So here, so as you can see here, the subject. So here, the subject. This is your subject, the bus. And then you're using is because this is a singular subject. Then your verb is ing and at 11 p.m. later. Okay? Alright? So, that's the first one. And then let me give you another one that's using going to. He is going to buy a candy for his sister later. So here, He is going to buy a candy for his sister later. So it's not happened yet. He is going to go to the supermarket or candy store or somewhere lah to buy a candy for his sister. Okay, so not only you use simple future, you can also use present continuous to explain something that's going to happen in the future. Okay, now if you have some activity, you dah plan dengan your boyfriend, siapa-siapa ada boyfriend ataupun girlfriend lah, kalau siapa-siapa nak dating, ataupun your family nak pergi travel somewhere and you need to leave on a certain time, okay, tapi in the future, okay, certain time, particular, kena keluar rumah pukul 8 malam, lambat habis terlepas bas, terlepas airport, plane, okay. Alright, so particular time, you will need to use this tense, which is future continuous. Okay, alright, so future continuous. So future continuous is when you have a certain activity in the future, any action in the future that is scheduled and at a particular time or specific time. Okay, another way to say it. Any action that is promised to happen in the future at a particular time. Alright, so for this future continuous ada formula juga. Okay, tak boleh lah ni. Memang dalam simple future, present continuous, simple past, apa lagi, semua lah tense tu ada formula. Formula untuk future continuous. You have your subject. I don't know if you can see it. Let me just write it up here. I'm going to block it. Will, be, and then verb, ing. Okay, so here, oops. So you have your subject, he, she, will, mama, papa, the cat, the tiger, the dog, anything that can do an action, okay? Will, and then tambah be. Sorry, I think this is going to confuse you if I don't write it well. Tambah, and then be. Okay? And yeah, I'm going to do this so that you don't get confused. Okay? So, subject will be, and then your verb is in ing spelling. Okay? Subject will be verb, your verb, and then put it in ing. Okay, or another way to say is actually present participle, but let's go with ing because it's easier and then I don't have to confuse you with past participle. Okay? Alright, so how do you use it in a sentence? First one, they will be playing okay. Number. Alright. So this one. They will be playing at this time tomorrow. So maksudnya sekarang pukul 9:30. Alright. And this same exact time tomorrow they will be playing. Okay, so nampak kat sini, nampak tak? This time tomorrow, particular time, certain timing. So that's why you will need to use future continuous. So they will be playing at this time tomorrow. Look at your subject. So this is your subject, and then you use will, and then tambah be. And then your verb, playing ni kan? So play is the root word, and then tambah ing. Playing at this time tomorrow. Now, if you were with me, this is your first class, and then you were not with me last week, we studied on the present tense, and then I actually give you the table. Do use it and try to find different forms of verbs in different spelling, especially the ing, because some words, if you spell it with ing, bukan just tambah ing. You also need to tambah extra letter because sometimes it's gonna change how it's spelled. Okay? Alright, so that's the first one. Let me give you another one. And then if we have time, I'm gonna give you an example to go through. Sorry. Okay, so here, I will be sleeping at around 8 p.m. tomorrow. Okay, so here, the subject is I, alright, and then will be sleeping at around 8 p.m. tomorrow. So exactly pukul 8 esok tomorrow, I will be sleeping. Tu awal juga, sepatutnya you tidur pukul 10 atau 11 kan? Well, depending lah. Sometimes orang penat dia tidur awal, right? So I'm assuming I'm gonna be sleepy tomorrow at 8 p.m. So that's why I'm gonna sleep. No. Okay, so here your subject is singular. So remember, I told you earlier when it comes to future tense. Okay, when it comes to future tense, something is happening in the future, right? It doesn't matter if it's a singular verb or a plural verb. Singular subject or plural subject. So your verb it's not going to be affected because depending if it's if it's you're using the simple future, you don't need to change your verb according to singular or plural. Just take the plural verb of it. So usually when you deal with plural verb, you don't need to add s or anything like that. Just take the root word. Okay, the base form of it. Okay, so here your subject is I, so it's singular, but we don't care about it in the future tense. So I is your subject. No, I forgot to use subject. This is your subject. Sorry, subject. And then you use will be. Then here sleeping, ing. Okay, at around 8 p.m. tomorrow. Okay, let me just try 2 examples and then we're done with the day. Okay, or probably 3. I'm gonna wipe this out. Don't worry, you can replay this video if you want to take a note later. Hopefully you guys understand. If there's anything that you need to clarify, do feel free to find me or any other tutors at Ask Tutor and at the website, and then give us your confusion so that we can all confuse together. We will try to help you to clear your question. Now, give me a few minutes to write it up, and then we're going to go through it together. Okay, so here I mixed it up. I'm not gonna tell you which one is the simple future and which one is the future continuous. We're gonna figure out this together. All right, so the first one, she blank sing in the hall next Friday. So which one is this? Either it's a simple future or is it the, what's it called this now? Future continuous. Okay. So remember, if it's in general, in the future, you're not particularly saying what time, you're going to use simple future. If it's exactly at certain time, alright, particular time, certain macam memang pukul berapa, you need to be somewhere kan, you need to use future continuous. So here, it's generally saying next Friday. So you know it's a simple future. Now, formula untuk simple future macam mana pula? Aha! So you need to add will and then use the root form of your verb. Okay, tak payah nak tukar. So that's why it's simple. So for here, she sing in the hall next Friday. Dia nyanyi dekat Dewan next apa Jumaat depan. Okay, Friday depan. Jumaat depan. So here, because it's not specific, we're using the simple future. So what is the answer? Is she will sing in the hall next Friday. Okay, so that's the first one. Now, second one. The shop blank open at 8 tomorrow morning. Now, tengok dekat masa dia. At 8 tomorrow morning. Spesifik kan? Esok pagi pukul 8. Exactly at that time. So, maksudnya you need to use future continuous. Apa formula dia? Subject will be and then ing punya verb. Okay, so here the shop apa tadi? Kedai buka pukul 8 pagi esok. So here, because we're using the future continuous, so will and then be, then me kena tukar dalam ing. So OPN tambah ing. No need to tambah satu lagi letter lah. So this is how you spell opening for the ing form. Okay, now last one. And then we'll be done for the day. And I'll see you guys next week to learn more. Okay, so here, they blank wait at the cinema for us. Okay, so here, remember, kalau simple future, when it's something happening in the future, but you don't exactly tell you what time, but you know it is promised, it's going to happen in the future. But future continuous, something is happening in the future, but exactly at a certain particular time. So here, particular. So here you will use the simple future. So they blank wait at the cinema for us. So diorang akan tunggu dekat cinema untuk kita. So here, because we're using the simple future one, they will wait at the cinema for us. Usually, sometimes actually people will write this way as well. They will wait for us at the cinema. Itu betul juga. Now, before we end, give me a few 1 second. Now, other than they will wait at the cinema for us, if say that you wanted to use present continuous pun boleh sebenarnya dekat sini. So, another way to say they are waiting. They are going to wait at the cinema for us. Okay, so say for example lah, one day you nak kena panjangkan your punya essay tu kan, tiba-tiba alamak tak cukup terlampau sikit pula my words, you need to elongate it, you need to tambah lagi, you can use are going to, but simply you can go and write it they will wait, but another option is they are going to wait. Similar meaning. Okay, alright, so as of now you have learned what is the word park is. Sebab ada dua makna sebenarnya. One is for you to go and have a good time, and then another one is a verb for you to deal with your car. What is it? Kenapa Miss sangat tak faham ni? Go and rewind this video and see what I shared in the beginning. Okay? And then what also you learn is as well what is future tense. If it's something that's going to happen in the future, you already plan something. Say for example, I want to have my birthday party next month, but you don't particularly tell what time, what day, you will use simple future or present continuous tense. So there's two ways for you to explain something that's going to happen in the future. And if it's exactly at a particular date, at a certain place or certain time, you will use future continuous. Okay? So at certain time, right? Any action that's promised to happen in the future at a specific time, you will use this future continuous. And you know the formula and everything because for simple past tense, simple present tense, simple future tense, there's all this formula. Not only that, the continuous tense also got formula for you to properly write your sentence. And with that, we're done with tenses. So next week, we're gonna learn about pronouns. Is it? I got confused whether should we learn pronouns or adjectives. To know, join me next week. Okay? Alright, so with that, that's all folks. I'll see you when I see you. Bye! Bye, 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 bye.